Excellent. So Greg Gossorn here with Mapping Your Marketing. It's a big, complex world online. We teach a lot of the things in here, and I teach a few specific things on how to make the most of it. And we are digging in this week again on the ChatGPT and like really into some nuts and bolts use cases. So if you go somewhere else, I'll put a link to my YouTube at the end because these recorded sessions are getting some visibility and there's some great ideas. We'll probably dig in today if it's live, and it is for me in the moment. Some live stuff. If not, we got some canned stuff on like, writing scripts for you, writing a whole outline, giving you the wording for this short form video. So it is really impressive on what it can do. And the biggest takeaway is you have to ask it better. So being an AI prompt engineer is one of my new titles. All right.
Here we are.
That's great, man.
So I am I have such an attachment to AI ever since I started using DALL-E. I'm now on Midjourney, but the first thing I did with ChatGPT, I said, write 100-word blog in the style of Tony Robbins, and it cranked something out. And I'm like, this has got to be, something that was already written. And I ran it through, a checker, and it was like 100% original. I'm like, holy crap, there's something amazing here. So very excited to hear what you have to share, brother.
It's crazy. The more that we dig into this, it is amazing the things that it can do. In the style of a person, it's all in how you ask the prompts, right? And I'll share with you guys that are in here today a great little Chrome extension for asking prompts, right? So the better you ask it, the better you get back. But you just throw anything out. Coach Dan was just sharing, like he said, like, write me, a blog post in the style of Tony Robbins, right? And it does it, and it comes out in some pretty great form. Even the top copywriters that I know in the world are using this as a tool. So it's like an electric drill instead of a screwdriver. It generates the ideas. You still could and should put your stuff on there. The caveat is that factually, it's not always right. So a simple request like that is interesting. And then before we dig in, I'll share my screen in just a second. So it's just like every day some new innovative thing. And the one that I heard this week that I really liked was, okay, I'm going to go on vacation from June and July, flying from Cincinnati to Hawaii for 3 days. Search all of the airlines for the best prices and correlate that with the cheapest car rentals and give me my choices ranked from top to bottom. I mean, like, how long would that take to go search on all these sites, right? And it's just super amazing.
But is it accurate?
Well, again, that's the part of the accuracy question, and I haven't done that one, right?
I see.
And of course, it could dynamically change, but from what I heard, the people that were using it found that it was actually pretty cool. So we will start.
No way to test it.
I didn't, but I think I will, and then spot check it. But there's so much else to do, it's just like so many other uses. I've been posting some videos about, like, tell me, like, what do you know about? So I did like, what do you know about mapping your marketing? And it gives you feedback. So I'm using like, well, how good is your messaging? And this is actually a good use case right now. Before we dig into some specific examples, like when I do one-on-ones, when they go, what do you do? I go, did you look at my site? Would you tell me what I do? It's just as a little acid test, right? So like, if I'm refining it, I learned something this week. Like I was saying, like, get your, marketing blueprint map. He goes, that sounds weird. He's like, yeah, it does kind of, I wasn't in love with that one, so thank you for your feedback. And so this tells you how the world interprets what you're doing, right? So that's a great prompt. I will share my screen and we'll dig in. Anybody else got any questions? Have you all used it yet? Yeah, great.
Yes, sir.
My new one, Coach Dan was talking about the image one, the Dali, and then the better one.
Midjourney, yeah.
Stuff over there too. But with the business hat on, we figure like, how can we get this to, help us do marketing in particular? And if you've used it, then you kind of know, like, here's the layout, right? Here's your old chats. Here's where you would enter something, and this area might look new to you. This is because it's part of this. This is the Chrome extension, AIPRM. And what it does, and this has grown. I mean, this was probably you can see there's like almost 1,200 basically pre-written, pretty doggone good prompts in here. It's probably growing by 100 almost every day since I started looking at it.
When you say a prompt, is this like a template that I can use to?
Yeah, you don't even
prompt?
get to see really under the hood. I saved one. I figured out how to get under the hood, right?
Okay.
So, so the prompt is down here, right? You just say like, write me an article about, coaching in the voice of Tony Robbins, right? Kind of straightforward. But you can see some of these things, write a fully SEO optimized article, right? With, meta description, hashtags, 1,500 words, so the stuff that's built into that prompt is giving you like the stuff you would have to specifically ask it, right? You can't just say, write me an article. You would run, a good SEO optimized article has this stuff, right? A meta description, tags, the right length, metadata, FAQs. So if you don't tell it everything, so garbage in, garbage out. And so this is the way to get the best input, right? And like I said, there's 1,200. These are some of the ones that are at the top, but you could search right here if you like look for something.
I see. So when I do this, so it says like write a complete book in one click. Do you just use that and then writes the book, or do you use that and then is that like a template and you add your own things to it to get the kind of book that you want?
Yeah, I think you could. I have not used that one. I'm going to use this one since we do a lot of videos, right?
Okay. Yeah, please.
And so we'll just say, and so here it's pretty simple. If you can see down here, it's like how to change a tire, right? Explore the Himalayan mountains. I would be something like I want a script on the top 5 reasons why you need to leverage YouTube.
Okay.
And so if you've seen it.
So somehow what you're saying is like this thing that you clicked focuses ChatGPT to create
a
good YouTube
see right here, Mr. Coach Dan, like, okay, you have your intro music play, right? Then here's your voiceover.
Yeah, I see. Okay.
Then we go to some B-roll, right? Here's your voiceover.
Right. But if you hadn't clicked that YouTube thing, it wouldn't be doing this as well.
It wouldn't be doing that. So this the big under the hood prompt says I want an intro, I want a call to action at the end, I want a voiceover, I want my cuts, I want what the imagery should be. Just like the write me a fully optimized SEO article. Well, an SEO article needs headline, tags, a content length, right? So this is why these are really great assets in this amazing plugin to Prompt GPT. Because because then like if you do one and then you regenerate or you refine it, right? You're like,
Yeah.
oh, I wanted to add this. Okay, redo it, right? These ones have it kind of right out of the block, right? So not
Mm.
only does it tell me, the structure of the video, right? So let's have music, let's have a voiceover, let's do a cut, but it's also giving the actual reasons, right? I told it give me to the top 5 reasons.
Hmm.
So if you would just say, give me the top 5 reasons, cool, it would just spit out, this line and this line and the other. But now it's actually distilling it into the full thing you would need to make a fully produced video. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Right. Got it.
Yeah.
And
And
so
so,
where do I get this, plugin?
yeah, you kind of see it ghosted here. It says
Yeah.
AIPRM.
All right. So
And
just do a
so,
search on
yeah, I
Google.
might have a link to it, but if you know how
All
to
right.
find like a Chrome extension, right, or
Gotcha.
plugin,
Okay. Good. Good deal.
so it's pretty magical. I mean, people are selling books like, go get 500 prompts, right? Or
Hmm.
this is a kind of a secret that you guys get from coming to to Tech Corner. So in addition to the structure, we also like kind of look at like wider audience. It's a great reason to use YouTube, right? Build trust, great reason to use video,
Hmm.
increase engagement, super great. SEO, I might have put that at the top myself. Um, monetize content. I guess if you're only doing 5, that's probably good. I might, for me, if I had to pick 5, my 5 in my ebook I've had for, I don't know, 10 years was probably like speed up the sales process, right? Or, because you get more touches, or I would be humanize the sales process because they're getting to see, your face. And so then it is go to the outro. Now, the one I did before using this same tool actually had a call to action at the end, which I thought was a good, not only a good, a necessary thing to put on every video you make, every post you make, every social media, thing you do have a call to action, right?
This is really
So
cool. Yeah.
it is really great. Um, So I'm going to save that one. Since you guys know how to do it, I'm going to do this for maybe some of the people that are watching that haven't used ChatGPT.
Hmm.
So what happens, folks, is when you do your session is in basically this right frame. Your chats, they're called, your input output are saved over here in this column. And so if you go over here and now I go ask for, you know, uh, write a kid story with my grandkids' names in it, it's going to
Oh,
stack them under this name. So I'm going to click new chat so that it's basically going to be a new saved session. That you guys know that, right? Because I find when I first started, I would do a whole bunch of searches and I go look for my one, and I did, tree service and landscaper and plumber and everything all in under this one, right?
now is that yours? These things on the left?
These are mine, right?
Okay.
So you said that the column on the left, that's from the add-on, like the Chrome add-on, right? That's
No,
not.
this right hand side, because usually it just starts blank, right? These this is what gives you this 1,200 prompts. This is my history. Like I went and did. This is one of my associates over here, and she loved how I said, "Tell me what you know about mapping your marketing," right? She says, "Oh well, I wonder what it says about my company, right?" And then why you need YouTube, right? And these are the ones I was doing. I actually recorded a few things because the last week or two I couldn't get on, and I do not have a paid account yet, but I know people that do. And funny, I was in a meeting on Tuesday, and his paid account, he couldn't get in. I could get in with my free account. So he's got more features, I think, with managing your chats. You probably can make folders and do stuff like that, right? So I think you could craft your own prompts in here too. I've never saved any of mine.
I see.
Where did I find? There was some place where I found like the under the hood thing, and I don't have that in the moment, and I'll probably take that as a topic for myself, right?
Mm-hmm.
To find that, because it's all about being a how you write them, right? I'm a fractional prompt engineer. But with this tool, this secret tool that I don't share except for the inner circle, right? So I don't know if one of these tickled you. We could go back and do one of those. We could do a search for something. I know Sandra, that video one is up her alley. We could find something about automation or financial or coaching.
Geez, you can write a complete book.
Yeah.
How about just like an ebook? Is there a prompt on that?
Well, let's go. Here we are.
Okay.
If I can spell.
Probably have to hit return, right?
What's this ebook?
So now it did. There's 17 of them,
okay.
right?
Oh, I see. All right. Okay, I see.
Facebook ad.
Oh, okay.
Ebook outline generator.
Okay. Ebook title and subtitle. Ebook one.
So
how about ebook one?
Of the great stuff
like my copywriter
guys do.
Wait, scroll down. Ebook. No, scroll down a little further. Ebook one-click creator right there. Why don't you try that?
Okay.
And would you do it in for selling for non-salespeople? See what that does.
And so this one is just the title, all it asks for, right? So the rest is. So let's go see. Let's rock and roll.
Drum roll, please.
I don't see the time. How are we doing on time?
11:37.
Just under 5
4
minutes,
minutes left. Yeah.
Okay. God, these sessions go quick.
Wow, look at this.
It's pretty good. I'll tell a story while you're doing it. In another mastermind group on Tuesday, there was a gal, and one of her requests was for a specific kind of software that they were searching for their HR agency that they would use either for themselves or for their clients, but they didn't want to have to like be like ADP where you have to put your payroll over with them, and it already looked at like 2 companies. And so she was asking this group, because there was other people that would help maybe find programmers or something. Well, we went over to the tool and we said, we want like this scope of work for the project, but not buying the payroll and not these 2 companies. And it took that thing and gave like 10 what do you call it, product recommendations. So we sent it back to her, and she's like, whoa, like her husband had been doing the research, and he had already looked at a couple of them, but there was like 2 or 3 others that would maybe might be the solution, or at least what to look for, right?
No, what's funny is I still get people emailing me wanting to be content writers. And it's like trying to sell me VHS tapes, right? Like, your job is over with, man. you better be a prompt specialist.
Well,
I mean,
and so the
that's
good ones, you still need it, right? You still can't just copy and paste it. You're going to have SEO problems. You're going to have originality problems. So you got to get it. You're like, you can pass like a plagiarism test, but also fail like you were all AI generated, right? And then you're like,
okay.
does Google like it? Well, Google doesn't care. It was written by AI, but it must be written for people and not for gaming the system, right?
Oh, I see.
This is
Yeah, I was
just
going to
chugging
ask you
along.
about
We'll go
that
back.
AI test.
Yeah, and so you should do stuff. You should change it some, right?
Mm-hmm.
But doggone, if this doesn't do your research, your formatting, like we already seeing, like, look, here's your cover design, here's your
Yeah.
blurb. Let's scroll back up and see while I was yakking away there. So here's an intro. I mean, this is great. There's like, pain, growth.
Yeah. It doesn't really have a personality to it. It feels pretty,
Yes,
generic.
Yeah.
But the bones are there. I mean, if I asked for it to write in the style like Brendan Bouchard or Tony Robbins or something,
Right.
that could get more of a personality to it.
Mm-hmm.
That is an interesting angle. Yeah. So here's your chapters with bullets.
Yeah. What I really want is to be able to feed all of my text into ChatGPT and then say, write like me.
So
Like that's got to.
you can give it background, right?
Oh yeah, how do you do that?
What you say, like, here, read this input and then use it later to formulate the answer.
You would have to train it somehow, right?
I'm saying, but just like in that one session, like, I mean, or maybe like, remember, I'm saving a place for me inside ChatGPT. I'm going to put this in and maybe something later, but I've had people like kind of preload stuff. Like, this is going to be context for what I'm going to ask you. This is going to be context for what I'm going to ask you, right?
Is that a prompt? Is that something that you have to create?
You would use a prompt like, right now I'm going to paste in a whole bunch of stuff below. Use it as input for when you create the answer in my style.
Wow.
I've done that. This is all what I hear in my daily studies, right?
I was just about to ask you how you would do that prompt.
Yeah. So so that's how I've heard that they do it, right? So we got a minute 30 left. So I don't know what else you guys do, right?
I am so ready to serve my robot masters. This is
so here we go. So here's what I always do. Go save this off, right?
Yeah.
Because who knows, like, here, never be dependent on a platform, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we're talking, like, there's going to be people watching this replay. We're giving them some best practices. So if you guys aren't doing that, save your work off, or write your prompts ahead of time, in this Word doc, right? I might just be like, to do,
Well, what would you say are the best practices for writing prompts? Because the better you are writing prompts, the better you're going to be at.
It really is, unless you've got this little tool that I just gave you guys. But again, like, for yourself, right, in the last 30 seconds, to speak to Coach Dan, like, if you want to tell it certain things, right, it's like in your own way, right? I'm gonna leave you with a joke. So weeks ago, I had it explain a fractional CMO like a stoned surfer dude. It was friggin' hilarious. Like, well, man, they help you catch the best waves. Tuesday, we tried to explain a business coach as a stoned surfer dude, and it wouldn't do it.
All right. How'd the rooms do? Everybody get a little bit of information to help you guys out. Greg, how'd your room go?
Super secret stuff. Watch the replay. One thing I want to finish up. I think I got cut off. So even the ChatGPT is evolving. So 2 weeks ago, I explained a fractional CMO is a stone surfer dude. It was hilarious. Like, man, they help your company catch the gnarliest waves, And I tried Tuesday to tell me, explain a business coach as a stone surfer dude. And it said, it would be improper to explain the profession of a business coach as a stone surfer.
That's awesome. They put Gates on it. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Excellent.